is an easy breezy day here in Southern California, and I'm gonna go outside with my plants because I hang out with them every day now, and I'm pretty proud of that because that didn't used to be me. We are now less than 24 hours away from the Magic Market, which is really cool and dope. And I haven't really been showing a lot of the process because I've really been in it. But just making sure that I have everything that I need on my end because it is a partnership. I'm working on this with my sister, and I want to make sure that I'm holding up my end of the bargain, if that makes sense. But the products that I'm producing are witchy AF. They're, I guess, what I would consider my brand of witchcraft, and that makes me feel vulnerable, but in a very powerful way. And I'm just excited to share those later on. Here I am just cutting up some info cards on some of our teas and tinctures. We thought it would be a good idea to have these out spread across our table just in case we were busy and people wanted to read more about the ingredients that we use in our products. After the market, we realized this isn't the greatest idea, but it was cool to have them for ourselves. It is the day of the Magic Market. We have the back full of a bunch of stuff. The trunk is stuffed. My lovely stooge, I'm just kidding, my sister is driving, and I think we should be getting there in like 10 minutes. Still gotta put my lashes on and touch up some stuff. We got this giant cold brew, cold foam. Each one of us got one. With an espresso shot. I'm sipping on it very slowly because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous and I don't want to shit all over myself. So that's what's happening right now. I'm excited. Last night it was hard to sleep, apart from the fact that we went to sleep really late because we were still working on labels and making sure we had everything, checking off our list, making sure we had the proper things on the list. And yeah, this is our first big pop-up shop slash market. The first one we did, I don't know if you guys recall or if you even saw, but that was last year in like, was that October? Yep, I think it was in October, and it was an off-road show. So the only reason we even did it was just so we could get some practice in, but this is like our first official one. And I am trying to like not let the imposter syndrome monster get to me, but it's been really hard, and it's very difficult to not compare because we're also new to the game, and my sister, I feel like, does a lot better with this than I do. But it is what it is, and the only way that we get better at the things that we aren't great at is by continuously doing those things, right? So I already scheduled in my planner to do an assessment of how today goes with my sister, and obviously I'm going to do it with myself. There's some other like spiritual things and shadow work that are tied to this that I'm going to have to visit and revisit because, you know, things came up. So we'll see how today goes. I'm going to try to get some footage, but hopefully we are so busy that it is difficult to get footage. My partner was supposed to come and he was going to be taking care of that stuff, but he ended up having to work today, and yeah, we're already here, I think. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and then I'll pick up the fucking phone whenever I remember. So we are back home from the Magic Market. We had food with our parents, and then we drove back here. We unpacked the car, and I don't know if you could tell,
but I'm tired. So I'm going to go to bed soon. I'm going to wind down and all that. But I did want to say a few things. The experience was great. And this whole past week, it's like there's been this buildup of this anxiety. And I'm very aware of when it's starting to like get to its peak. And it reached its peak last night. And then I had really peculiar dream. But I how should I explain this? There is hardly ever a night that I don't have a peculiar dream. I have an avid dream practice. I write my dreams down almost every day. My dream recall is pretty damn good. And I don't know why I'm even sharing this. I think it's because I'm staring at the tea that I created, because I have not announced this tea on Zeden, which is the name of my sister and I's herbal business. This magic market was also kind of like a way for me to light a fire under my ass to create my own herbal magical products. Prior to this, it was mainly me and my sister together, and I would let her expertise lead the way because she is the one that's an herbalist. She's a Chinese medicine doctor. I am not. Of course, like I'll put in my 2 cents, and I'm definitely the one that checks the math and the numbers. I mean, hello, physics major. Or actually now I have a physics degree. But I definitely would take a seat back when it came to wearing the herbalist hat, because I don't consider myself to be an herbalist, let alone a master herbalist, whatever that means, right? That's a whole other topic. But I do have relationships with plants, and I do have plant allies, and I don't think that it's okay for me to continue to diminish what I can bring forward. So this is created by yours truly. This is a Psychic Dreams Herbal Brew. So it was originally supposed to just be like a psychic enhancer tea. And the purpose of me creating this was because I wanted to have a go-to tea or drink to ritualize the divination process further. And I didn't just want to use like, oh, I'm just going to use mugwort, or I'm just going to use whatever other herb I happen to think I wanted to use. I wanted to have an actual blend, and I wanted to actually make it part of our herbal shop. So this became Psychic Dreams because when I was testing this and taking it, my dreams became more psychic. Now, the way that that works for me, and I think it's important to explain this because I don't think it's the same, or it's ever going to be the same for everybody. But the way that my psychic dreams work is I will dream something one night, and the next day, like if it's a psychic dream, something will happen related to that. For me, it's, for example, I dreamed 2 dogs that were not my dogs. They belonged to somebody else, but I had to watch after them. And one of them came over to me, didn't attack me, but put his nose and mouth over mine, like as if he was trying to almost warn me of something. And then the next day, my cat was outside. We keep him like on a little leash because we're trying to train him to be on a leash. My cat was outside. 2 dogs come up and scare the crap out of him, and he almost hurt himself. So, my dad's talking to the cat right now. So, like, that's an example. And I've noticed that when I take this tea, that night, I will have a psychic dream. And if you don't think that's a psychic dream, then I hope somebody gives you a cookie. But that's what it's been like for me. And that happens to me, I don't want to say a lot, but a lot more now than before. And a lot more consistently with this tea. So I do like to do it before divination. I do like to drink it before divination. I do like to drink it before I do readings. But I notice that it works its charm with the dreams. And I also think that's not a coincidence that I tend to have a pretty good dream practice. So those are my 2 cents, and that's why it's called Psychic Dreams Herbal Brew. So yeah, I released this puppy today at the Magic Market, and I did sell a few of these, so that made me happy. And I know we totally should not be tying our value to things that people purchase that we make, because that's problematic on its own, and that's a totally different topic. So I'm just going to stop talking. And I also created some incense blends. Now these are very near and dear to my heart, because I am a charcoal burning girl. Charcoal burning ass bitch. That's my favorite way to smoke, cleanse, smoke, charge, just on people before ritual, after ritual, during ritual, on items. Like, I love fire. I love smoke. And yeah, so that's one of the reasons why incense blends. And one of the blends I got when I was trying to commune with my ancestors. And it was kind of like all of a sudden I knew exactly what 4 ingredients to use. And I decided to follow that intuitive thread. And when I did, I created like a mini bit. I grabbed pinches of the ingredients because I didn't know if it was going to be any good. So I grabbed pinches of the ingredients and I burned it on the disc. And it smelled amazing. And I loved it. And I was like, this is the first blend that I'm going to make. So each blend has something personal of mine tied to it, whether it's an experience or an item or items that mean a lot to me. And that's why I can actually sell these things. I found that it's really hard for me to try to sell or get behind a product that's just going to make me money. Okay. So they're in these smaller pouches. This one, I don't know if you can read it. It's Great Grandmother's Healing. So it's not great grandmothers, it's great grandmothers. So grandmothers that are great. So any and all grandmothers down the line. It says Great Grandmother's Healing, like in reference to all of the grandmothers in the line that are great, not that it's only for your great grandmother, even though I do work with my great grandmother. And she is one of my mighty dead. She is one of my blood ancestors that I work with and that I have an actual relationship with. And she was part of the inspiration for this blend. But it felt like it was in regards to all of the grandmothers that are great. So this was one of the blends. I did create another 4, but I ended up running out of time to make one of them, and then I ended up merging another 2, which maybe I'll talk about later. I don't know. But I'm really proud of what I created, and I'm really happy. And when I'm creating these items, I think of it this way. Worst case scenario, if nobody buys anything and nobody likes it, I would use it because I like it, because it works for me, because it does for me what I needed it to do for me. And I feel like when I create products and that's the idea and the thoughts that go behind it, then I can stand with confidence when I talk about them. And I actually have testimony in regards to these items. And I think nothing can beat that. That was also really important for me because, you know, the whole self-confidence, imposter syndrome bullshit that happens when you're pursuing things that really, really matter to you. But like I said, I am tired and I need to take off my makeup. I need a shower. I need to wind down. And then tomorrow, your girl has to hit the gym because this whole week was, on top of the fact that I was on my period at the beginning of the week, then it was like go, go, go time prepping for the market. And then all kinds of unexpected things happen as life goes on. But you know what? I haven't been feeling bad about it. I've been, you know, water off a duck's back. You know what I mean? I really like that for me. that's how it's felt in regards to the physical stuff, because obviously for like the products in the market, I was having anxiety, like I said prior. So just in case that wasn't clear. I don't know if I'm gonna make this into one video or not, but in case I do, thanks for watching. And in case I don't, see you tomorrow.